Hey guys, I thought I'd start off with some redstone today. It's been a while since I've done anything with redstone and I'm in the mood, but not that kind of in the mood, you sick bastards. Ugh. Sorry, moving on. I got a message about a week ago from a guy named Neonares, I have no idea how to say your name, but he had a problem with some piston stuff. He's making a pyramid, which I assume is going to look something like this, you know, the slope of the pyramid. And he's having issues with a hidden door he's trying to make. Specifically, it's very difficult to make the piston double iterate, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. But I think I've solved your issue here. Yep, I think that'll work nicely. Basically, that's how it works. You can see right there the piston has to double iterate, and yeah, this wiring isn't exactly the cleanest or the easiest to replicate, but it works and it's completely hidden. So that'll work nicely. So what did I have to do to get this working? Well, it's difficult to see over here, so I thought I'd explain it over here instead. Now, when you have double pistons like this, I'm just going to hook them up right here. Okay. Okie dokie. So I'm going to set the delay here, because we want this one to go off next. Alright. Okay, so this is the basic double stacking piston thing. Now I have a delay here because I want this to activate after this activates, so this can push it up and then that can push up a block that's on top of that. However, the problem with this, yeah, you can see, because this activates on a different delay than this, it's fine going up, but it doesn't work going down. So the first problem to fix, that's the first issue that you have to fix with this. So that's not all that difficult to do. There's a whole bunch of ways to do it, but the way, I forget how I did it over there, but the way I would like to do it is this, and I'm just going to add extra delay. So I'll add this much delay, like this. Okay. And now you can see that works fine, because essentially what I'm doing here is I'm making sure this bottom piston is powered until this one has a chance to de-extend. And it doesn't affect it at all when it's going up, but affects it when it's going down. Pretty cool. So that's pretty easy to do, that part of it at least. But the difficult issue that he ran into with this door is, well, I guess this will demonstrate it better. Going up is fine, but watch what happens to the top of the door when it goes down. Yeah, and that happens because this piston will pull that block down, but when this piston pulls that piston down, it doesn't pull the block with it. So this is where you have to get a little bit inventive. And the solution I came up with was to make a falling edge trigger. Now, what the hell does that mean? Well, a falling edge trigger is this. First of all, this is the easiest way to do it. And all it does is it creates a redstone pulse when a circuit clocks from on to off. Okay, what does that mean? Well, when I have a lever like this, say right now it's off. Okay, so right now it's on. And now what a falling edge trigger does is it creates a redstone pulse when this goes from this on state to this off state, and only when that happens. So it'll be a little bit more clear if I demonstrate it, but over here I think. Now if I turn this whole thing on, you notice nothing happens over here. We have gone from off to on, but what happens when we go from on to off? You saw a pulse through that wire right there. That's exactly what it does. I hope I've explained that well. If you want to learn more about edge triggers in general, I think they're called edge detectors in the wiki. You can check out the Minecraft wiki. It has a good explanation on rising and falling edge. And now the falling edge only means that it's when it's going from on to off. Rising edge means off to on. So they're kind of like opposites. Now they're pretty useful things to have around. When you're doing redstone circuitry. You probably won't run into many uses for them, but they're definitely good to know. especially with pistons. So sorry for that little side tracking there. I digest. Haha. See what I did there? Okay, so we have to build a rising edge trigger. And this is my friend's version, Krasina's. It's the smallest I've seen. It's the one I like most. So we're going to have 2 repeaters there, like this. The torch, we're going to have that there. And let's see, a torch. Actually, I'm going to put the torch here. Sorry. And then we're going to have a torch here in the opposite corner. Now, depending on how you set these repeaters, it's either a rising edge or a falling edge trigger. In other words, it will go off when you go from off to on or on to off. So you have to play around with it. I think if I set this to 4 in front of the torch, I think that makes it a falling edge, but it's no biggie. If you mess it up, you just set it the other way. Now we want to make sure that we activate this piston correctly. We want it to be in that position, so I think I want it over here. And also you want we want this to be hidden, so we're going to activate it from this side, but it doesn't really matter right now, just for demonstration purposes. You can change the wiring around as much as you like. Okay, and I kind of fucked that up. So we're going to move it this way. And we're putting repeaters down here because we want delay, because we want this to go off after everything else. Okay. Alright, this should work, I think. Alright, I have too many levers everywhere. Alright, let's test it out. Going up. Okay, going up works fine. Going down. Perfect. It's exactly how it should go. Now this falling edge trigger, what it did was it made that piston at the top double grab at the when it finished cycling. So right there, it double grabs and pulls that block down. So that was an interesting challenge. I enjoy people sending me problems like that, because this took me about maybe an hour and a half to figure out. Always kind of fun to mess around with redstone, especially things that people can't solve, because it gives you a fun challenge to do. What's going on with this one? Did I break it somewhere? Oh, yeah. So, yep, that's pretty fun. And it's not just for something like this. You could use these sort of concepts in tons of different circuits. The rising and falling edge triggers are very, very useful. I use them all the time in more of my complex circuitry, especially when I'm dealing with pistons, so piston elevators, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's a quick bit of redstone. Now for the rest of the episode, I'm going to put in the lighting switches for the mob trap. Finally, I'm going to ditch the spider option. I really don't need it. I'm happy with just the lighting option, because the spider option is no longer a big deal since they added the spider eye drop, because we're going to want that for potions. So yep, that's what we're going to do, and then beyond that, I don't know. We'll see how the episode goes. Alright, we're here on top of the mob trap, and what are we doing now? We're installing the lighting option. Now for those of you who've never seen my mob trap, I guess I'll show you. Down here we have 4 levels so far. Each level has 4 7x7 spawning pads, and the mobs spawn on these. They fall into these canals, which have no signs in them whatsoever. There's a hole at each of the corners and one in the middle, so a total of 5 holes, and they fall all the way down to the very bottom where the giant lava blade kills them. Yeah, so that's a lot of fun. Now what I'm doing here is I'm installing the lava lighting option that Ethel came up with a while back, and you can oh no, okay, that was kind of fail, but yeah, so I'm installing this lava lighting option, and what it's designed to do is the lava is designed to flow down these holes and light up all the pads at the flip of a switch, basically, piston turning the lava on and off. And that'll let me turn the mob system on and off, because no mobs will spawn in here since it'll be lit up. That's the plan. So yeah, kind of screwed myself over here. I'm gonna have to find a way to get back up. So I'm glad I installed those water breaks. Now, I'm going to get back up to the top, because I'm a retard. Okay, we're back. Alright, so I'm going to install these lava lights now, and it's going to be pretty simple, I think. All it's going to be is we're going to have a piston here. I think I'll make the pistons facing this way. And around it we'll just have some dirt. And the lava is going to go right here. Oops. Right here in that block. And the pistons are going to be extended. So I need to make some... got so much crap in here. I need to make some redstone torches. Alright. Now, we're going to have it set up like this. And the lava is going to go like this. Okay. Now when we press a button, all these are going to de-extend. It'll probably be a lever in this case. It'll de-extend the pistons, and the lava will flow down. Like so. You probably can't see. So let's knock out a block here. Okay. And it's going to go down all the way to the bottom to the other pads. So that's how that's going to work. And each column will light up all the... Fuck. That's going to be annoying. Yeah, each column's going to light up all the pads below it. So that works out nicely. Okay, I'm going to do this and that. Alright. And excuse me, as I'm kind of tired. I haven't really slept all that much today, which kind of sucks. But yeah, we're just going to repeat this for all these holes. Just like this. And I'm thinking that the control panel for this will be downstairs in the mob room, which is going to be a pain. I have to move the wiring up like 60 blocks. That's not too bad. I can do it. So I really don't want to have to come up here to do it. You know, whenever I want to shut it on and off, I don't have to come up here and go back down. So I might as well get this done this way. Okay, and that's another one. Alright, we have 2 more to go. Now, this piston will go here. Okay, running out of dirt. Let's use stone. Alright, one more piston to go here. Pretty simple, there's nothing really special about this wiring at all. The special part will, I guess, will be moving it 60 blocks upwards, which will be accomplished by a tower of redstone torches, so I have to go make a ton of them. Alright, and I'm going to go get the lava and put these in. Okay. Now I might as well share with you some of my plans for the rest of the week. After I finish recording this today, I'm going to work on the redstone clock version 2.0 that I've been promising for a while, but I never really finished because it's very complex, the wiring. It's going to be actually very small but complex, if that makes sense. And I know a lot of people have asked for a tutorial on it. I will give you a tutorial, but it's not going to be the easiest thing to follow, so I'm sort of dreading doing a tutorial on that. But I'll get it out, and I'll get it done. Oh, okay, so I finished all of these already. And let's see. So that's pretty much it for this. Now I just have to move the wiring down, so I have to figure out where exactly I want to put it. So this is how I'm going to wire it. We're going to have a shaft dug straight down to the bottom right around here. And we're going to have the tower of redstone torches coming out right here. And when I flip a lever down at the bottom, it'll turn this wire on, which will go to these blocks, which are acting as inverters. It'll turn this torch off, which will de-extend the piston, like so, and let the lava fall down into the pads, thereby lighting it. and when the piston re-extends, it cuts off the lava and it goes away, and the pads return to darkness. So that's the on and off switch. Very, very simple. Nothing special whatsoever. And now I just have to go and dig through a fucking mountain. So I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I got the control panel wired now. Pretty simple, really. Down is lighting off and up is lighting on. So right now, I turn that on. The lava is going to come down. You actually won't see it down here, but it will light the trap up and the mobs will stop spawning. And when I turn it down, the lights are off and the mobs will spawn. So very simple. And how does that work? Well, you notice this torch is off, that torch is on. Now they have just reversed when I press that lever. And that pretty much works all the way up, transmitting that signal. Well, very simple, easy to do. It's just like pretty much 30 redstone torches going straight up. Yep, so that's wired and ready to go. Lighting system's done. So what else? Some people said they were having issues trying to understand what the XP farm was doing, so let's go take a look at it. Now there's nothing really complex about this. Really it's just we have glass blocks here, and well, first of all we have a hole cut in the bottom right here and in the top left, and this is a glass block, that's a glass block, that's a glass block, and this is a glass pane. And we also have a glass pane here. So what is all this random shit supposed to do? Well, I guess I'll demonstrate. Now, generally speaking, the mobs are going to be washed down like this and right here. And they're going to get stuck here. They can't jump up because this glass pane's there, or glass block is there. And generally speaking, spiders won't climb all that much, but we'll get to that later. Now, the mobs are going to get stuck here, and I'm going to whack them underneath this this glass pane here with my sword, and they die. Alright, no problem. Now, why is this thing over here on this side? Well, this is for spiders, because spiders were climbing the walls and all sorts of stuff, and it was becoming a problem. So what I did was I cut out this block here, and so now when spiders climb up, I could whack them through that top block. That seems to work best. So why is this thing here? Oh, that's to prevent the taller mobs from walking up to this block and like a skeleton shooting me through there. The tall mobs actually can't get past this. They get stuck right here, then they get pushed to this side. And the spiders climb over it and they sit right here, and then I kill them with a sword. So that seems to be the most effective configuration I come up with so far. And now the water currents are also important. All the water is flowing to the right here, as you can see. I could throw something in here and it'll flow to my right. And mobs will also move this way, and it will push them against this wall. And they'll come right down here, where I whack them to death. And also some mobs will get stuck over here, which is fine, because then they just eventually get pushed over here by just the force of everyone behind them pushing. So that seems to be the most efficient way of doing it that I've come up with. Could you use a glass pane like here and here? Yeah, I suppose you could. But I had more success with the blocks, and I wanted a block there to provide a ceiling for the mobs, so I tried to put cut holes in the sides of the walls and stuff to prevent spiders from climbing, but that didn't work. The other mobs just pushed the spiders into the holes, and yeah, so the best solution for the spiders was just to whack them to death through there. I'll show you the other side. What the hell, I'll just break the glass. Okay, so pretend there's a glass block there, and basically I whack them underneath the block, and if the spiders climb up, I just whack them over here. And I'm sitting in this minecart here to get critical hits, so kill the spiders like that and kill the other mobs like that. Really very simple. There's nothing special or hidden or scientific about this. I just experimented with it until I figured out something that actually worked. And that's all the XP farm is. The only complex part about it was getting it to work with the lava blade, because I had to find a way to extend the blade And that's why those signs are there. And I also, God, I hate buttons. And I also had to put all the pistons in to shut off the blade. Now, if you're going to make a trap like this, you don't need this giant lava blade here. You can just have one small lava blade right down there. And just have the mobs get washed through this canal in there. That's much more efficient. Because then you could just turn that one blade off with one piston and then have an XP farm. But I wanted the big giant lava blade because it looks cool. And that's really the only reason. So I hope that clears up some of the questions about the XP farm. And let's see. Let's go do something else. Alright, as you can see, I haven't done too much work in here. The actual Great Hall, since I did that TNT massive thing. I cleared away some of the debris. That's about it. And I did mine out a good chunk of the ceiling here. And I did reach the surface, so that's as high as it's going to go. And just to give you an idea of the scale, that's how big the pillar is. I will attach it to the ceiling with something similar to that. So that's how big it's going to be all the way down. As soon as I get all this mined out, it's going to take a while. Probably do it by hand. I probably won't use TNT because the TNT would be too much cleanup, because I would actually bust through the surface quite a bit. And I have to get this water out of here and seal up the floor. But yeah, that's I have to fill in the walls as well. So I'm gonna try and get that done for next episode, so you guys can actually see the hall pretty much the way it's gonna be. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start on the other columns. The second column will be right about here, and the third will be right about there, I think. Not quite sure. I'll have to mess around with that. And I also want to start the other hall over here. I'm gonna put the farming hall right here, I think, and I'll get that started. I didn't get too much feedback on what you guys liked for this room. I tried vines, but they look terrible. So I really wish I could use this. But I'm gonna keep experimenting with the different types of blocks for the storage room. I really don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But I suppose I should get started on the elevator, at least in the middle of the room that will take you up to the second floor, just so I have something to do. And I want to get started on the second floor, so I guess I'll do those two things next episode. It's going to be a fence gate elevator with pistons that'll take you up to the second floor. That's going to be really cool. So yeah. And besides that, I'm not sure. I do want to get the redstone clock finished, so I'm going to work on the redstone clock a little this week. Be a little bit busy Monday and Tuesday, but I'll try to get my next Let's Play out, hopefully Wednesday. Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm not sure. But yep, I think that's about it for this episode. I know it was kind of boring this episode, but I got a lot of work to do yet on this city, and I was taking care of some necessary maintenance this time around, and some explanations of questions that people needed answered. So I'll probably see you guys Wednesday for the next LP. I may or may not release a couple of videos in the meantime. But if you haven't seen it, check out my Ender Pearl golf course. That's what took a lot of time this week. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out, and it was a big hit on Reddit, so quite happy about that. And yeah, so I will see you guys next time. Stay safe, enjoy, get drunk, whatever floats your boat. And we can close with the oddly shaped dick that the TNT made.